Good.
Let's go ahead and hop into game.
Or the GSL for all that matters. But still, it's always impressive, of course, because the Korean ladder is still very stacked and you run into a lot of extremely good players. So I'm sure that Arthur is good, I'm sure that he's in good shape. But is it good enough to defeat IA and make it into WCS America Premier League? We're about to find out.
We are indeed. Here is IAsonu of Team Invictus Gaming. Picked up by Invictus Gaming as a B-teamer, Kev.
Cool.
He was recruited because he achieved the ladder rank, or he had the highest Korean ladder rank of, I guess, unteamed guys. That's my understanding. Regardless, he's a good player.
Look at Mr. Bitter and his knowledge bombs of the Chinese.
It's all break your StarCraft 2, man.
Scene, man. You can put me in touch with this guy. I want to sound as smart as you, man.
He's
kind of sounds like you're the one with the passion right now.
No passion. All about the tanks.
Hasn't been a whole lot of thanks for you lately, man.
Nope, not lately. And that's okay with me, Kev. Up in the top right-hand corner of the map, we have IA's opponent. It is Arthur. Last year, finished up with a WCS rank of 122nd, which is not where he wanted to be, but he's got a chance to change that here in 2015.
I think he played in the final season of WCS America, if I recall correctly, and he actually won the Challenger League group. So basically, he would have qualified for Premier League, but then he decided to do it all a little different this season. But I remember casting a few of his games, and he looked solid, but he was also a big favorite, I think, in most of the matches that we casted of him.
Yep. For the time being, it's going to be a gateway opening in base for Arthur. We saw a lot of this from Alicia. Arthur was on Axiom for a time? No. Why am I? He was on Slayers.
Yes.
And that's why I have that feeling. Which means that he may have a relationship with players like Alicia and may in fact share some stylistic similarities in terms of build orders. Also might not.
But I think that Alicia is a very happy guy. Like whenever we have Alicia over here.
Okay, well listen, we need to just get this out of the way. If you had that Total Biscuit money, you'd be a very happy guy too. TB takes great care of his players.
That's true.
And they have so much love for John and for Jenna. As do we. They do great things for esports.
They kind of saved them, man. They could have all been a bunch of unemployed pro gamers.
Instead, they're flying around the world, doing great things, winning the GSTL.
Yeah, who could have thought that? I think if you would have told any of them that they were going to win a GSTL in the next 6 months, you know, they would have said like, "Ah, stop lying to me. I just want to be sad."
My favorite Axiom story is when Crank came to the U.S. for something, and Jenna decided to surprise him and also flew in his girlfriend to pick him up from the airport, which was really sweet. There's a video of Crank getting off the plane and he's seen his girlfriend. He's like, "Huh? Why are you here?"
I think they also got iPads and stuff for Christmas. And when like last season, I think it was not Hack, Hart did very well. Was able to defeat Tasia, and Jenna like sent him some fruit basket or something like that. Just a lot of very cute things going on at Team Axiom. Anyways, we shouldn't talk too much about Axiom as Arthur is not on Axiom. I sure wish he would be, but we'll see. But so far, he's indeed opening the same way as Alicia was with those 3 gateways and that Nexus. He's scouting around. We see that IA takes his third base a little bit quicker than Courage does.
Yeah, very fast third base. Well, maybe not very fast. 5 minutes, 30 seconds. His
a little quick.
His link speed's finishing up.
I guess the gateway expand, that's almost as quick as you're going to get them.
Agreed. And he's also been active with his initial Zerglings, meaning that he's been able to usher probes off the map and doesn't have to worry right now of things like the 3-gate pressure that Alicia was able to win Game 1 against Courage with.
There's a Stargate going up in the back of Arthur's base as well, so we'll see where he's going to take that. Most likely will just be a few Phoenixes. I'd be surprised to see him open up with an Oracle. I don't think it would achieve all that much, but we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong.
I am a little bit fond of what I'm seeing here from IA. He's going to get a small group of Lings and then return immediately to droning. It is, in fact, a Phoenix follow-up for our Protoss player. And that gives him a pretty wide range of options. Phoenixes into a third base is doable. Phoenixes into Gateway all-ins is doable. Phoenixes into Colossus all-ins is doable. And
he was thinking about dropping a pylon over here, but he cancelled immediately as it was right below an Overlord. Always an awkward moment to try to drop your pylon.
Should have seen that probe. Should have seen the probe. They don't see the probe.
He's going to see it soon. I really don't think that Arthur is going to be able to do a whole lot over here. So far, Ben, IA looks really solid. he's all over this, and this is how many of my PVZs open up with, exactly like this. And in general, I don't feel like I've been doing very well then, you know, when you were not able to slow the Zerg down. Right now Zerg is already 14 workers ahead, it's a base ahead, and you're sitting with Phoenixes with, yes, you can transition it into a gateway all-in, but it wouldn't be like the scariest or strongest gateway all-in there is. So I really wonder where Arthur is going to take this, man. He's of course going to be able to deny a little bit of map vision, pick up a few overlords here and there, but if you're 15 workers ahead, or in this case, you know, 8, but soon 16 again, because 8 drones on production tab, who cares about losing a few overlords?
Yep, I agree. I think one of the things that I am looking for, though, is to see just how much damage these Phoenixes will do. Sometimes they kill a couple overlords and that's it. Sometimes they kill a million overlords and it changes the state of things. IA has not spread overlords all around the map, though. And it looks like Arthur's actually considering a third base here, which would be
very ballsy against
an incredibly ballsy follow-up, because he's got no map control at all right now.
I mean, it is 8 minutes and 40 seconds, so it's not even that quick, because very often we see it's even quicker than that. Nice Phoenix micro over here by Arthur. I like this kind of stuff, man. He's not taking too much damage on most of them. He will be able to pick up an overload, which otherwise would have been hard to get. It was almost at the Spore Crawler, but not just yet.
1-1 upgrades on the way for the Zerglings of IA. And he's also going up to layer. He's added his Roach Warren. I think that's more of a just-in-case Roach Warren, as the upgrades tell us that he wants to stick to this Ling style for a little while.
Just because he wasn't sure if there was maybe a pilot out somewhere, suddenly 6, 7, 8 Zealots would show up with +1. RoboBay going down for Arthur as well, so he's just going to play Phoenix into Colossus into 3 bases. I think there might be a small moment where these 1-1 upgrades kick in, and maybe these Zealots, all these Zerglings can make something happen. Look at 18 Zerglings on the production tab, man. I think this is the moment where IA is going to try to do a lot of damage and maybe cancel this base.
Could be a perfect opportunity. There's not a whole lot here. More Zealots are being warped in. Lings are going to try to kill them before they can spawn. 1-1's not done yet, though. These Zealots also don't have their own upgrade, and as more and more Lings get piled on to the fight, it doesn't look like Arthur's going to actually be able to defend that. Forced to cancel the cannon. He's going to lose these 2 pylons. 1 more warp in, perhaps to save the day.
Yeah, he has sentries over here as well, so he can maybe buy some time with that.
Not the best force field. So now he's going to
risk losing the sentries. That's nice. And now Photon Overcharge should be ready soon. Oh, that was very close.
Wow.
1-1 is about to finish up, and he can break this first wall with 1-1. He can break the Nexus.
Instead, he's just going to focus down that Nexus. Watch how fast it falls to these upgrades. These Lings ripping right through that Nexus. They're going to pick up these sentries as well. This is excellent play from IA, who is all over it.
Great
Perfect
timing.
counter to the to what he's seen here out of Arthur. And with Photon Overcharge having been used in the third base, that means he can't be used in the natural. There's no cannon, Kev. Is this game over already?
Phoenixes are coming back as well, and I think with a few force fields he might be able to save the day. I don't think it's going to be game over, but it might be in its almost game-ending damage.
Build. He's getting a hive behind this as Spire's going down 2-2. Lings continue to stream forward. Kevin, he's going to have Ultralisks in a couple of minutes.
And the first Colossus is about to join out, but yes, he's putting himself in an absolutely fantastic position. It's 12 minutes right now, and now that base is still not going to go up for Arthur.
4th hatchery down as well. Oh, I'm loving what I'm seeing out of IA. Some very exciting ZVP. And just a perfect read on this game, punishing badly.
I really think Arthur should have brought back his Phoenixes. Now, I know that lifting up Zerglings sounds stupid, but look at the energy on these Phoenixes that he had. On a certain moment, it was kind of close if the Zealots would have been able to stabilize or not. He would have been able to kill close to 20-25 Lings with these Phoenixes. And yes, that's not what you want, but if that means keeping your third base alive, you do want to do that.
Yeah, I can definitely agree with that. Now Arthur finds himself completely walled in with no map control against soon-to-be 2-2 Lings. Hydras are out on the map. Hive is finishing up, and I think an Ultralisk Cavern is right around the corner, so this is a very difficult spot.
Not sure why he's getting Hydra. Seems like a waste of money to me.
And also adding some Corruptors. Maybe he wants to go Greater Spire, which is not a bad idea. Hydralisk Broodlord is an old school, but still very effective army comp.
He doesn't have Hydra speed either. He doesn't really have Hydra upgrades as he's getting melee upgrades, so don't really understand. Hydra's not...
I think he maybe just overreacted a little bit here to these Phoenixes, as Corruptors are not going to have any trouble at all dealing with it. Third base is going to once again go down for Arthur.
I mean, I still kind of believe in Arthur. His chances a tiny little bit, because I don't think that these Hydras will get anything done, and that basically means that that's a lot of wasted resources for a Zerg player. These Colossus should be able to melt these Hydras. How many Corruptors do we have? We have 3, 4.
No,
that's not going to be enough. Here come those Lings. Lings have almost 2-2. Where are the force fields, Arthur?
Late, and lots of damage being dealt. Colossus is even going to go down. as so I cannot believe we just saw Colossus go down
to
Zerglings. Hydras and Corruptors coming in as well. Obviously, Arthur is going to stabilize, and he's going to clean this up. Surprised that we haven't seen an Ultra Cavern, and also surprised that we haven't seen a Greater Spire. Obviously, you can't change your Greater Spire if you're getting +1 flyer attack.
So why are you surprised about it, man?
Well, because I don't know. Because I am.
Yeah, he didn't use this extractor either, and this is what I was a little bit worried about. If you take a look at IA's bank right now, Ben, those Hydras, those are not cheap. This is something that I often notice when I play ZVP, and I feel like I'm in really good shape because, you know, I know in general when I'm in good shape or not with a Zerg. But then if I make a bunch of Hydras and I don't do anything with them, and they all just die against Colossus, and then you start sacrificing Corruptors, then suddenly you have a real game on your hands again. Look at the army supply right now. It's 61 against 45. Yes, he's getting +1, but if this army marches across the map soon with +2 and blink, if Ultras do not reach the critical mass and don't have that chitinous plating upgrade, he's gonna lose a few drones over here. Yeah, I really think that Hydra attack was very bad. Very, very bad.
The Hydras definitely didn't do anything to help IA here, but I don't think he's in terrible shape. Yes, he is vulnerable.
No, he's not terrible, but this was almost a one game.
Yeah. Phoenix is proving to be fairly effective. They've gotten 15 kills this game.
Of course, upgrades are still looking okay for the Zerg, as now he's getting 4 Ultras. He's getting +3 as well. Does not get +3 armor yet because he just has barely any gas. Never really bothered to drop any spores over here or a spine, even though no zealots run in. I can see this going Protoss's way. Like, you know, Ultras need a great engagement. There are no infestors out on the map.
Oh,
There's not a crazy amount of queens either. These 2 queens might actually get picked off before the fight starts. I really think that this might actually still go Arthur's way, and that's ridiculous considering the amount of damage that Zerglings did. And don't think like, oh, Zergling alone, Zerglings, it slowed down his economy. No, this was absolutely worth it. He was in great shape. All these Hydras were just not worth it.
The Ultras need to be there for the fight. Arthur doesn't want anything to do with
his dogs behind. He can pick him up
with this fight.
Oh, nice blink over there by Arthur. I love that,
Blinks into the Warp Prism. Don't see that every day.
Okay.
This does leave the 3rd base exposed, though, and again, Arthur's kind of walled in, so it's going to be tough for him to get over here in time.
He needs to take care of the Corruptors, so if he takes care of the Corruptors, then these Colossus can live.
No, the Corruptors are excellent in this kind of a situation. Ultras don't care much about the time warp. They're going to get right into the Lings are actually complicating things for the Ultras. But now they can engage, and Stalkers versus Ultras is not the kind of fight you want to have if you're a Protoss player.
This was a great fight for IA, absolutely fantastic. Those few Corruptors that he had really made his life a lot easier. That made it so hard for R2 to actually fight or actually micro, because